Hi everybody, I am going to show you how to do Dark Star-Lord of Falsetto Fantasy. So, the main difference between Dark Star-Lord here and Sentinel Hunt is that you have a turn limit, which actually really works in your favor, apart from the very end of turn 1. But apart from that, it works really well because you can just stack your espers with shit tons of HP and you don't really have to worry about anything but just turn order and making as much a dent as you possibly can. You don't really have to like time it so that all of your espers die within a certain wave and stuff like that. That's just taken care of by the turn order, or the turn limit, I mean, sorry. So that's really cool. So let's just go straight into how he works first, and then I'll go through the relics and the builds and how I built this. So, I guess you can just read this by yourself, basically, but what you need is a very solid first team that buffs the absolute hell out of this boss. You need as many buffs onto him as you possibly can, and you need to stay alive. That is basically what you need to do for your first team. Your second and third, you just need to do as much damage and stay alive. That's the gist of it. And if you want to know the actual like details and how he does things and whatever, you can just go and read up on it yourself. But that's the gist of it. So this is how I built my teams. So my first team, I have Meredith because she does a lot of damage and she also helps keep my teams alive. Then I have Biondina, which is an absolute cheat for Dark Star-Lord. Like, if you have her, life is easy. If you don't have her, you're probably gonna do like I did for half a year before I got Biondina, which is trying desperately to have Meredith, Strip, and a lot of not comfortable ways of going about it. But if you do have Biondina like I do right now, this is going to be such an easy run for you. Then I have Aoife, and I run Kara, and I run my new absolute favorite Esper, Hypnos, or Hilda. You can also run, obviously, Hall. You can have Queen Mother to get rid of your own debuffs, and there's a lot of ways to build the first team, okay? But for me personally, this is just what I prefer doing. Then for the second team, I have Mateo because he's a speed lead. He's a really good speed lead. And he goes a lot of times. And then YC because why not? And then Red Twin and White Twin. They are just really good at White Twin specifically, with a speed up. He's great. And then Sally because she removes debuffs and heals up everyone and is a general champ. Then for my third team, I run Brewster at the beginning, or as a lead, and then I have Gaius with White Tiger, my Ophelia, and Hera to remove debuffs and heal up. Now keep in mind, I do use a lot of legendaries in this, but you could definitely do second team and third team with pretty much any free-to-play version. Like, there's Chloe, and she is absolutely amazing because she also has the buff blocker. There are so many ways to do this, but since I now have these espers and I really enjoy using them, I built like this. And my relics, as you saw, are not the best for this specifically because I just want to get 2EX++, but not to necessarily score super high. I just want it to be a good showcase so that people can see basically what the general way to think about this could be. So for my second and my third team, as you can see here, I have a what's the name of the skill? Def Down on both teams. I think that's really important. That does stack up a lot. I also make sure that I have AP boosting of my own teams. And apart from that, I just make sure that there's pursuits and stuff like that, so that the points really stack up. So what happens then is this. Okay, so I will then show you my old run of this that I just did right before I started recording. And the reason for that is just because I'm out of turns and I don't really feel like spending diamonds because I'm cheap like that. But you will still see the entire run and get the gist of it. I'm gonna comment so that you get the pointers as we go through it. If only the game wanted to load. Okay, and here we go. I shall move myself so that you can see the turns that are left. As you can see, we start off with a lot of turns, which is good. But then again, each mode that he has is quite lengthy, so that's necessary. I opted out of having a debuff remover on my own team for this run. Basically just because I am not really scared of like dying on this first run. I don't really need the heal, and yeah, life is just easier with a turn limit for Dark Star Lord specifically. But you know, you could run Catherine or you could run Queen Mother to get rid of all of the debuffs that he inflicts. But it's not really necessary because of the amount of turns that you do get without any debuffs on you. You're going to get speed ups, you're going to get heals, you're going to get that kind of stuff. And you don't really need your timing to be impeccably perfect anymore, since you know when you're gonna die in 109, 108, etc. Or at least that's in my opinion at the current time. I might change that opinion later when I've tried him out a little bit more and I know better how he works and how he's different from Sentinel, but as for now, that's my opinion. And as you can see, the points are slowly stacking up and things are slowly going in the direction that you want them to. Let's move a little bit down here. Okay. Yeah, I am so sorry about that. That was a bit clunky, but goodness. But yeah, as you can see, there is still a lot of turns left, and he doesn't have any of his stacks yet, and that's good. So this is working just like you want it to work right now. And as I said, having Cantina is just yeah, it's amazing. If you ever had to do Dark Star-Lord from the beginning of when Star-Lord was introduced to the game, and you had to do it without Biondina, you really learn to appreciate how amazing she is. And I'm one of those people. She is such a game changer. And also just her buff block on top of it, like, she's so good. And she's so cute too. I just really like her design a lot. I think she's probably one of the better designs that Dislate made when it comes to honoring, the mythological origin and stuff too. They did such a good job with her. Which I can't say is the case for a lot of the other espers, but that's a different story. So as you can see, he got 2 there, but it's not really all that important that you get absolutely 0. It's perfectly okay to have him have like some. You're still going to be able to get EX++ and to get all of the rewards, which is what I'm aiming at here. I'm not really aiming at getting, the high scores. I'm just aiming at getting a good EX++ and that's it. And this is the way to do it. Because at the end of the day, I don't really care about the like fame and glory of having a lot of points in these modes. I care about rewards, and I'm that kind of material person. I just want the goods. And the frames are fun, but they're not really all that important. You know? So anyway, this is going exactly how you want it to. Also, can we just appreciate how amazing Hilda is for this? We know that Kara is amazing. We know that Aoife is wonderful for this. But Hypnos, though. And she's so pretty. And just, she's amazing. She's such an underappreciated esper, I feel like. I adore her. I think her and Gaius are my absolute favorite ones in this entire game. They just feel so satisfying to use. There we go. That's the, you know, time's up for that. So we got 2 stacks, and that's quite fine. Specifically given the fact that we got cut really short on that last round. And we still managed to get absolutely 0 from that. So that's great. Now for the second phase, I guess we can call it. We just want to make sure that we get as many hits in and as many points as possible. And we just want to constantly make sure that he doesn't buff himself up and that we just keep hitting him. And we also want to get rid of the debuffs that he puts on us now. Those are quite important to get rid of. Much more so than in the first run, because now we actually do need the attack ups and the speed ups and whatever else that we can get. And him inflicting the buff blocker on us is just a very bad situation. It can ruin the run entirely. So... and that's why, you know, Sally is an absolute champ. Hera is a good choice too, and anyone that can give you immunity or remove debuffs is a great choice for the second run, or second phase. And he's going to resist a lot, and he's going to do all kinds of stuff, but it doesn't really matter as long as we're still alive and we can still do damage to him. Dispels are always great, and so are, as I said, Chloe would be a really good choice for this with her buff blocker. Makes life easier. But then again, you have YC, who just removes a lot of stuff, and yeah, there's a lot of ways to go about building your teams, with legendaries and without. So if there's any spot that you don't have an esper to fill that role, let me know in the comments, and I will see if I can recommend you know, a substitution for you. Because I've been playing since global launch, and you know, I don't have all of the espers, but I do have most of them. But someone who is a newer player will definitely not necessarily have all of them. And I get that. But it's still playable though, even though you don't have all of the tools and all of the resources. You just need to ask, and the community will be able to help you, or at least I'll be able to help you. So that's, you know. So with 11 turns left, everyone is still alive and still kicking, and everything is going really well. And this is really what you want to see. Like, this is perfect. Again, the points are not stacking up to a crazy amount, but we don't need that. We just need to be able to get to X++, and this is just going perfectly, as you can see. and then we get switched out. So then we start with Hera giving the immunity to everyone, and then we just start smacking. I could have fixed that though, so that Gaius's ultimate went after the defense down. I should have fixed that. I didn't. Oh well. But yeah, definitely make sure that, you know, if you have damage dealers that do a lot of damage, make sure that you have your debuffers first, obviously. But that's okay. Even with a little bit of, you know, mistake like that, we're still going to be able to get to the X++, and that's really good. And if you don't have Brewster or one of those people, or you don't have, you know, the people that can do pursuit and stuff like that, if you're able to farm Andras, you will get the relief set, and the relief set is really good. It does a lot of pursuits and you get a lot of extra turns in like that. So if you're able to get those, basically you can forego having an Esper that does do that as an ability. The Esper that does it naturally is still going to be a little bit stronger, but you know, you can get away and around a lot of problems by being a little bit creative like that. And so in 33 turns, we should be getting to EX++. And as you can see, all of the teams are alive. They might get stunned out a little bit here and there, but nothing that can't be fixed. And so if I can do it with, you know, relics that aren't very much on point, and even with the speed tuning wrong, this is absolutely achievable. I was also playing around with having the witch on my second team to get things to go even faster. But I will say that putting the twins in there is really what made the entire second team work really well. And so yeah, as you can see, we accomplished the goal, and that's kind of all we wanted to do this time around. So if this helped you, give me a thumbs up. Please let me know in comments, and if you have any questions, by all means, you know, as I said, ask them. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.